Today we are doing a mock draft, but not just any regular mock draft with bots. We are doing a mock draft with fans of BallGame. We put a link in our Discord and filled it up with some of our community. If you guys want to mock draft with us throughout the summer, make sure you join our Discord. Link in the description. We're going to be doing a ton of these throughout the summer. A bunch of them we're going to be drafting from every single spot starting next week with the 1-1 overall. Me and Matt are going to do it together, so ton of opportunities to draft with us. Also, just join the Discord and be a part of the community. Matt has pick 1. I have pick 8. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's just jump right into it.
It's always fun to see what different people have opinions on. So I'm very curious. This is our first mock draft with others. I won't take long with this pick because I think we all know we have our consensus number 1. It is Bijan Robinson, pretty simply for me. Don't really need to go too deep into it in terms of why I would take Bijan at number 1. I feel like he's the safest player in fantasy.
Yeah, I think Bijan has a chance to break CJ2K's overall record of scrimmage yards in a season this year.
Completely agree. I think if I were to go receiver, though, just to throw this out there, I would likely be taking Jamar Chase. I think those are the two for me that it's top 2 in terms of Bijan and then Jamar, and they're like super close for me. So it all really depends on the day. The next guys go Gibbs, Chase, Puka, and JSN. Okay, it's chalk to this point.
Yeah.
Pretty chalk to this point. No crazy picks. And then Jason gets on the clock.
I feel like this is where the draft gets interesting.
Yes.
I feel like those are the clear-cut 5 best players in fantasy. You could throw someone else in there just to call a shot and try and be different, but overall, consensusly amongst the fantasy community, those should be the top 5 guys. This is where it gets interesting.
I feel like amongst the community, Christian McCaffrey is kind of slowly falling out of favor because of everything that would be potentially going against him.
It's tough with him because it's like Saquon last year. He was so great the year prior, but history said don't draft him, and you ended up being right. Jason goes with C-Mac there at pick 6. Then Amon-Ra goes. That's who I would have went with there at the 1-7.
Amon-Ra.
I haven't gotten to statting out Puka and JSN yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to have Amon-Ra as my overall wide receiver too. Okay. I have Amon-Ra going for basically what he did last year, maybe a little bit more. I have him at 1,500 yards and 10-plus touchdowns.
Chase is your wide receiver 1?
Yeah.
You have an interesting decision here. I was about to say, you have a very... Talk it through.
Yeah, this is rough. See, we spoke about it right before we started. I'd consider going Hampton here. I think Hampton is the best player on the board here.
Yeah.
But you got to play the board. You got to play the game. He could potentially make it back to me at 2-5. I think I'm going to go with James Cook.
Okay.
James Cook was awesome last year. Had a great year. Had 2 great years. Led the league in touchdowns 2 years ago. Led the league in rushing last year, if I'm not mistaken. Has a lot of continuity there with Joe Brady, coming in as head coach, but still calling plays. Has obviously the best quarterback in the sport. So I think there's no reason to not draft James Cook here, right? You look at a Jonathan Taylor, there's the Daniel Jones questions, there's the Colts offense questions. A guy like CD can George Pickens potentially out-target him and be better than him? Jettas, you don't know with Kyler. So I think at that point in the draft, James Cook is the safest player.
So surprisingly, just to give a point of reference on where I'm at, I'm very high on Jettas this year. Obviously, I think we all know, if you haven't watched our quarterback breakouts video, I said Kyler Murray is one of mine. I'm very high on Jettas. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season and right back to the guy that we expected. So, all right.
Yeah, so it goes CD, it goes Achane, it goes Jets. JT and Saquon's a nice little duo there at the turn.
Double RB right there.
Genty, Drake London, and it's back on our boy Shaq.
I like the Genty and the Jets. Little duo right there. I can't lie. I love that. What a start from Steven. Drake London and Devon Achane is interesting, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what Shaq does here, but Hampton's still on the board, and I'll be quick. If he's there, I'm taking him and going double RB for sure, because I was considering him there at 8. So
it's so funny. Because before the podcast, Chris said, I think I might be going 0 RB strat just to see how it goes.
No, but you gotta play the board, right? You can't go into a draft and say I'm doing this and then not get value, right?
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
these, I'm sure down the line we're gonna just like force doing draft strategies just to show you guys like the different draft strategies. But in a draft like this where I didn't have to do a strategy, I'm just playing the board here.
Yeah, Shaq is thinking about this pick for sure. His first pick was CD. I wonder where he pairs up here. I think he might be leaning one of those running backs. He's just
While we let Shaq finish, Drake London went at the 2-3. How do you feel about Drake London in fantasy this year?
So he takes Ken Walker. So your guy immediately.
Yeah. I'll let the clock run out here though, because I know who I'm taking. But Drake London.
So it's tough because I think the talent of a Drake London is ridiculous, and he's had worse quarterback play than he will have this season. I expect Tua to be the starter from week 1, and I think Drake is gonna finish as a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy football as long as he has a full bill of health. He's phenomenal. Like I said, it's probably if I could statistically break him down, I think it's gonna be close to 100 catches, 1,200 yards, and like 8 or 9 touchdowns is probably where I sit.
Yeah. I honestly, I think the 2-3 is early for him.
Yes.
I think value-wise, I think he's more of a late second-round pick, honestly. Like, I'd take the running backs on the board. I'd take Ken Walker over him. I'd probably take both tight ends over him and Nico Collins as well. So, like,
really? Okay.
I think 2-3 is a little bit high for Drake London because you just don't know what you're getting out of the quarterback play.
Yep.
Whereas those other guys, I think they're just safer options. But I'm going with Omarion Hampton here. I talked about him on the running back breakouts. I talked about him in our last mock draft. He's a guy who could lead the league in rushing touchdowns, should see 60-plus receptions, could clear 1,500 yards. Like, this is a guy who I think he could be at 350-plus PPR points this year. So I think outside of the top 2 running backs, he has as good a shot as anyone to be the RB3 in fantasy.
Would you take him over any of the running backs that go before him?
Yeah.
Which ones?
All of them not named Bijan and Gibbs.
Okay. So RB3. Got it. You played the board with James Cook.
Right,
okay.
Yeah. I think when it's all said and done, I think he's going to end up as my RB3. I might have McCaffrey over him in terms of, like, projection, but I'd feel – right, I'd be safer – like, because that's tough because our rankings when we drop them to you guys is going to be solely based on our projections, right? Like, the algorithm is taking our projections, totaling out their fantasy points, and then putting them in a chart for you guys. Like, although I'm going to have Christian McCaffrey putting up more numbers, I would take Hampton over CMC.
Yeah, I'm also trying so hard when I do these projections not to factor injury in
much.
Right,
because you can't do it.
Exactly.
You know, it's like what, do I stat out McCaffrey for only 13 games? Like, because it's like, shit, the guy could get, he's as injury prone as anyone. Like, you can't predict when the injury is going to come. If you're confident an injury is coming, you can't predict when it is. He could get hurt on the first snap of the year
But then he could also give you 17 games, 400-plus touches like he did last year, and he breaks fantasy.
Right.
Like, so it's so tough.
Right. Like, in terms of projection, in terms of just projection, CMC might be the 1-1, honestly. Like, I haven't gotten there yet, but just the risk factor, like, I'd take a lot of guys over CMC. So, yeah, I think Hampton's going to end up being my RB3.
I'll ask this, too, because Chase Brown goes right after. I think, and I'm not even the highest on a Chase Brown, for example. I think I'm taking him over Ken Walker. I think I'm taking him. With Gentry, it's tough because the talent's obviously there. With Gentry, it's just the explosivity of the offense is not necessarily there. I almost feel like Chase Brown's a safer pick.
Yeah.
Better player is Gentry, but I almost feel like Chase Brown's a safer pick.
Yeah, I think Chase Brown, for me, slots in as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably my RB9 on the year.
Yes.
So, like, all the guys that went before him, besides Ken Walker and Gentry, I think I'd take Chase Brown over.
For sure. Okay, wow. So then this draft continues with Chris Olave, Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers, Malik Neighbors, and A.J. Brown. Okay. All right. So now my options are at wide receiver. If I were to try to force a pick here, I would end up with either a George Pickens and Nico Collins. I'm not touching Rashee Rice with a 10-foot pole. Don't want anything to do with that here. I don't typically like to go back-to-back running backs, but I've expressed to you how high I am on a certain one of these guys. And if I have to start my draft with back-to-back running backs, I'm more than okay with starting it with Bijan and Kyron Williams. And then I think what those two running backs allow me to do is kind of take that upside swing at wide receiver, honestly. And who better as an upside swing than a guy that when he's healthy is one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL? I'm going to start my draft with Nico Collins as my wide receiver 1. So I feel safe with my two running backs, and I know Nico could give me production if he's on the field. So
Yeah, I think Nico at the beginning of the third round is a steal. I think he should be a locked and loaded second round pick. Like, I'd take him over AJ, I'd take him over Neighbors, I'd take him over Olave, and I'd take him over Drake London too. The running backs, it gets tricky, but out of all those wide receivers who went before him, I'd take him over all of them.
Completely agree. Yeah, I think
he's going to slot in nicely as the wide receiver 7 for me.
I hope he has a fully healthy season. I really do, because he's so immensely talented. But yeah, now then after that, Trey McBride and Jeremiah Love, so 2 tight ends in the first, we'll say 27 picks. Tet after that.
That's early for Tet.
I was about to say it.
That's really early.
So that was the question that I was going to pose is, do you feel that highly? I know you're a big Tet guy, but do you feel that highly on a Tet McMillan? Like,
I statted him out. It's about the same, as a little bit better than last year. Like, not too much, like 1,100 yards and like 8 to 10 touchdowns. I think I had him at. Like, he finished where he finished because other guys around him got hurt, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, George Pickens going after T-Mac is just
so I was about to
ridiculous.
Say, you take Pickens over him.
Take
Are
Pickens.
there other receivers on the board that you would take over him?
I'd take the shot on Rashee Rice over T-Mac, dude. Like, I know there's a lot of question marks there, but Rashee Rice, when he's on the field, has been no lower than the wide receiver 8 and
100%.
points per game. Like,
yes.
I know there's risk baked in there, but the upside is so high.
I would take Ladd over him.
I'd take Zay over him, I think, too. I think Zay's going to have a massive year. Like, I have Zay having more fantasy points than him.
I think I would take
Smitty,
Garrett Wilson.
Ibuka, Jalen Waddle probably, too. So, Allen and Jacobs go. I'm on the board. I have two running backs. 2 running backs who I feel are super safe. Like, I just spoke about Rashee Rice and the upside. I think I am going to do it.
Okay.
I think I could get another safe wide receiver here when it comes back to me. I think, again, the upside with this guy is top 10 wide receiver in fantasy, and I'm not drafting him at that spot. I think it's a no-brainer here.
Okay.
I mean, I think out of all the receivers on the board, he has the most upside. He definitely has arguably the most risk, but in terms of upside, I mean, it doesn't get better than that in the third round.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that go right below him would be T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Luther Burden. I agree that those 3 don't have the upside that he does. I think Ladd certainly is someone you can make an argument has that kind of upside. And Devontae Smith, I think, also is another one, obviously, that I personally
And again, like Zay, I'm super high on. Ibuka, I'm super high on. Waddle, I'm super high on. I'm going to get one of those guys on the comeback around here. So, like, I didn't have to reach there. And, like, I'd probably feel safer with those guys, too, but...
How do you feel about drafting a quarterback this early? Just in general.
So, knowing how the draft is going, right? Like I said, one of a Ladd, a Smitty, and a Ibuka, a Zay, one of those guys is going to be here for me in the 4th round. If Josh was there at the 3-8, I would have taken him.
Okay.
Knowing I was going to get a receiver, in the next round. I mean, Josh, the last 5 years, his floor has been the quarterback too.
Yep.
A guy like Lamar, a guy like Drake May, I think has more variance. So I think here in the 3rd round, like 2 picks after Josh Allen, is kind of crazy for those guys. Josh Allen is he's one of the safest bets you can make in all fantasy football.
100%
so
agree.
I think the way my draft was going, I would have taken him there at the 3-8.
What an interesting build that Steve and Giraffe have gone for at 11 and 12.
Very interesting, yeah.
2 running backs at tight end and Jettas. Don't hate that. 3 running backs in Garrett Wilson. But the 3 running backs, I mean, how do you feel about Saquon this year?
I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The fantasy community loves Saquon this year. He should have a bounce back year. Like, I think the Eagles' offense is going to be better than they were last year. Like, I think he's a fine pick. think he's a fine pick. Like going at the 1-2 turn, I think is a fine spot for him. So Ladd and Smitty go there.
Those would have been the two guys I would have taken in your position. But
Like,
you're also very high on a couple other
yeah,
guys.
I mean, Zay Flowers has been awesome. He's honestly, I think Zay Flowers has a case to be the most underrated receiver in football. The way people hate on him for whatever reason, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I would consider Ibuka here. Because I think Ibuka might have more upside than a Zay Flowers, but I think given that I took Rashee Rice, I feel like Zay as a wide receiver 2 there fits in nicely. Like I feel like with Zay, you know what you're gonna get.
Definitely.
He should be, an 1,100, 1,200 yard guy. He's gonna give you his 5 touchdowns and should be at like 120.
Especially with a healthy Lamar this year, it should
Right.
be. It should look even better than it did last year, and he was awesome.
It's been only good things so far out of OTAs in the beginning of camp too from Declan Doyle. Like
he's another guy that's gotten better every single year of his career too.
Right.
So,
and like all they've said is they want to get Zay involved more than they have and use him in unique ways, and he's a unique talent. Like it's only been good things. Like he should have the best year of his career.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
I think he's like at the 4-5. I think he's an awesome pick, man, because
he's a great pick.
He's super safe, and I think there is more upside than people are accounting for baked in there.
He's more talented than people realize. Like
Yeah.
he's
a great route runner.
Receiver.
Like he's awesome with the ball in his hands. He's obviously not a red zone threat.
No.
Like that's the problem with Zay Flowers. And the touchdown numbers, he's never ever in his career is Zay Flowers going to have double-digit touchdowns.
Yes.
That's fine. That's okay.
He might be a PPR machine this year.
So Buka goes right after, and then a run of running backs, Brees, Travis, and then Travion there.
I always wonder how to pronounce it sometimes. I really do. Travion. So I feel so weird about Travion in the 4th.
Well, he's
I get it.
He's like the start of the running back like weird zone.
Yes. It is very important, I feel like, to get 2 running backs in your first 3 rounds this year more than ever, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Like looking at these guys who are next up in ADP, Demont just goes, but you got Scat, you got Judkins, Tootin, Swift, Harvey, Warren. Like it gets ugly fast.
Yep. Which is why I just feel like forcing a running back pick just doesn't make a lot of sense here when there's a guy that's staring me right in my face that I believe is going to have a ridiculous season and you believe is going to have a ridiculous season. I am going to take Jalen Waddle as my wide receiver 2. He is very clearly the wide receiver 1 there now. They went out of their way to go and get him. Again, another trend of our videos is a franchise is going to tell you what they want. And then it gets a little bit more difficult here. And I know the comments hate when we say, oh, it gets tough from here. But it does. It really does. So do I go with the upside swing of a T. Higgins that is guaranteed to miss games? The upside of a Luther Burden, even though I'm not the highest on him. Devontae Adams guaranteed touchdowns. So I'll make my pick, and then I'll ask if you were in my position what exactly you would do. As long as Matthew Stafford is healthy, Devontae Adams is going to be a beast in the red zone, and I will take Devontae Adams there and be happy about it. So,
yeah, I think that's a great pick. I think we have honestly very similar team builds right now through 4 rounds. Like when you get to this 5th round, having 2 running backs and 2 receivers, the world's kind of your oyster. You can kind of do whatever you want. Like you have a good mix of upside and a good mix of floor. Like you could kind of go with what you want to go with. And I think Devontae Adams, like at his worst, to be a wide receiver 3, to be a flex option, like you know what you're gonna get. Should push double-digit touchdowns. Yep. Like should be around 800 to 1,000 yards. So it's a very safe pick. I probably would have done the same thing there. So then we get T. Higgins, we get Burrow, we get J-Mo, we get Tootin. There goes Burden. Obviously, Jason took Burden there. That's no surprise.
No surprise at all.
I'm in a tough spot here.
What
Terry
the hell
goes
is
there.
Pierce's team, by the way?
Yeah, that's
Lord.
something. I'm in a tough spot here. I love Cam Scatterboo, honestly. I think he's gonna have an awesome year.
I'm just so scared of it.
Given the fact that I drafted Rashee Rice, I have to go receiver here. In terms of ADP, I have Mike Evans. I have DJ Moore.
I don't know if that's where I go.
I took Roma Dunze in the last mock, so I I mean, I love him here, but I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
I think I took this guy in the last mock too, but this is the guy who, out of the remaining receivers, I think has the best year. I think although he is a rookie, I think he's as safe of a rookie as they come. Has a good quarterback, has a good OC, drafted with top 5 draft capital. I'm going with Carnell Tate here. Be my wide receiver 3.
I mean, Carnell Tate's a great pick. I know you're calling your shot on, as we mentioned in a previous video, whatever Bears receiver you think is that guy, whether it's Loveland, Rome, or Luther, that's the guy you're going to own in a lot of leagues, and I know your shot is called on Rome.
It is. Yeah. I think Rome might make it back to me, honestly. But
he definitely could.
Scoutable goes right after. So that's who I was between, honestly. I just feel like, given that I have 2 running backs and my thought process there was they were the safest picks in that round, like I feel really good at running back. Drafting Rashee Rice, I feel like I have to grab as much insurance at wide receiver as possible. So Swift goes. I was definitely considering Swift there too. So it's good to see the 2 guys I was considering go right at. Obviously, I would have loved if they made it around, but at least I know like my thought process is right when they go right after. I feel like it's reassuring knowing that they go right after. Evans and DJ Moore go. Now we're into the 6th round. This is definitely different than the one we did last week.
Oh, for sure. It's nice to have people.
Yeah.
It's nice to have people involved because they aren't just going to take the top 3 in ADP and just continuously go that way. This starts to, I will say, there are some players here that as the offseason rolls on, it's going to be very interesting. Like, I'll just say a Quinshon Judkins, for example, is apparently very healthy and ready to go for week 1. That changes everything, in my opinion, in terms of how you value a Quinshon Judkins, for example. So
I just lowered the timer to a minute.
Yeah, perfect. Also. But just in general, like a Quinshon Judkins is so interesting going into the season if he's healthy. Christian Watson healthy going into the season, so interesting. Obviously Rome might just make it back to you. 2 more picks left to go, and he might make it back to you. So
yeah, Judkins is interesting. Like, he's a guy who I'm probably just not gonna draft, man.
Okay.
Running backs on bad teams, it's just
doesn't typically work.
Yeah, and he was awesome last year when he played too, but I like the receivers in this range more.
That quarterback play is just gonna hurt him so immensely. Sam Laporta goes, okay.
Like, I mean,
Howard Warren just falling.
Yeah.
Just free falling right now. Oh.
Rome goes right there. That hurts a little bit. What do I do here?
So I wonder, do you continue swinging on that upside at receiver? Because there are a couple upside guys here. Multiple upside guys here.
There are.
Do you take the tight end that just keeps free falling or the other one that's sitting there in your face?
Yeah, this is a weird place to be.
Your boy?
Yeah, I got a couple of my boys on the board. Oh, man.
I think it's a good spot, though. It's really not bad. You got a good choice.
I don't love anyone here in terms of the skill position players, the running backs and receivers. And I think there's a drop-off in the quarterbacks after this guy. So I'm going to take my guy in Jaden Daniels.
It's exactly where I would have went if I were you, yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think there's just like a jumbo tier receivers coming up here. It's like a jumbo tier running backs. There's some guys there who I like more than others, but I think the tier gap between Jaden and the rest of the quarterbacks is too massive. Like the low taper fade meme to pass up there.
Tyler Warren goes directly after. Damn it, he does it. He loves getting his guys. He really does.
I was considering going Marv there.
I was definitely going
that.
To go
you know, I just spoke about him in our wide receiver breakouts. Go check that out. But like that was my best receiver left on the board. Like if I didn't go Jaden, that's probably where I was gonna go.
Yeah, I was praying Marv fell.
Like I'm not gonna lie though, Jason's team there at the 1-6, I hate it.
I'm not a big fan. There's a lot of upside, I will say that, but also a lot that could go wrong.
Yeah.
So So much that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Gustavor, like this guy, man. I was gonna take Price on that 6-7 turn. I really was planning on doing it, but he goes, and it doesn't seem like I'm gonna end up with anyone that I really.
Well, and Pitts goes before Fannin.
That is crazy. It's also just like, again, like that Cleveland Browns offense is just so scary to buy into at all.
Yeah.
That it's like, Fannin is ridiculously talented and was awesome with Shador last year. Very good with Shador last year, but still just so scary to take that shot. Brian
There
Thomas.
goes VTJ.
I cannot stress enough how much I hate this position in the draft. I really can't. Like, I don't like anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. Not one person. And I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. And I feel like I have to reach on someone here.
I feel like there's one pick for you here. It's a guy we spoke about on the channel. Guy that you spoke about on the channel.
Is it really the guy that... Is it? Like, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know what you do when it
Like,
comes... Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is it like I do believe that Chuba Hubbard is going to have a good year. It's just like I did it last time in the same vein of what you said. Like I just wanted to switch it up at least a little bit. And
I think he was just the best player on the board.
He definitely was easily. And I'll take another shot on a guy that you hyped up on this channel, and this might be a reach, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'll scroll down that board to find a guy that I like, and I will take Parker Washington at the 7-1.
Sucks. Fuck you. Oh, come on, bro. That's crazy.
That's what's gonna suck. See, that's what's gonna suck about
crazy.
us doing all this, because it's like there's nobody else that I like there, at all. And then I scroll and I scroll and I scroll, and I would have taken Cortland Sutton. But I already have a Jalen Waddle, so I'm not going to do that. Harold Fannin looks interesting, but I just feel like I could get better value down the board at tight end rather than just taking a Fannin when I don't fully believe in him. Jalen Warren is a guy that I love, but I'm not going to take him. DK Metcalf, don't feel great about it.
No, this is like these next 2 rounds is the worst part of drafting because like this isn't like you're full like just drafting guys and taking a swing on guys. Yeah, like you're still trying to build out your starting lineup and like it's gross.
It is nasty.
I can't believe you took Parker Washington. That really fucks me up because wow, I hate everyone else on the board.
That is on the board, yeah. Joe Cruz runs out of time and auto drafts Harold Fannin.
That sucks too. Because that's where I would have went.
Where you were going to go?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Ramondre was a guy that I was praying somehow, some way he just made it back, but I knew that wouldn't happen. Yeah, I don't feel great.
Caleb goes there. And then J Baby on the clock. Wow. Christian Watson falling a little bit.
Christian Watson definitely falling. And I'll tell you right now, if you were to take him, it's phenomenal value based off of what he can possibly be if he's healthy. Phenomenal value, but again, it's scary prop. There's nobody on the board here that is not going to come with question marks.
Yeah.
At this point. So it really boils down to calling your shot and praying on the upside. So like there are some dudes. When I scroll down, there's more dudes that I like than if I'm sitting right here. So
yeah, this is gross.
How do you feel about a Ramondre Stevenson in the Patriots backfield this year? Do you feel like it's like a 50-50 split between the two?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's not a bad value.
Not at all.
Right there.
No, not at all. No. I think, like, I love Travion the player. That's one of my guys. Fuck. Christian Watson goes. Oh, that hurts. Travion's one of my guys, and, like, it pains me to say, but Ramondre was so damn good last year that, like, he's going to have a role. Josh McDaniels is going to use 2 running backs. Oh, man, I'm on the board here.
There's one guy. There's one guy. And you may not like it, but follow the money.
Nah. Honestly, like, the Broncos did bring in Jalen
Yep.
Waddle, and I think he is the wide receiver one in that offense. Cortland Sutton's one of the best red zone threats in the league. He should be around 10 touchdowns on the year. I think he's a fine flex. I'm going to go with Cortland Sutton here.
I don't hate it at all. DK at this point,
I just don't want to draft him.
I get it. It's just like if he were to somehow just circle back, you still wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who's on the board, but like, I just, I'm trying to do this as if like this is a team that I'm rolling into the fantasy season with, right? Like, I might have DK ranked as my number one player on the board. He's just not a guy I want to roster.
Yeah, I also realized that I took Devontae after taking Kyron. Not the worst offense to be a big part of.
No, not at all.
But still don't love pairing up teammates typically. Not the biggest fan of that. It's not typically the best strategy in fantasy, but the Rams offense is so good that it's almost fine. Let's see.
Kittle goes there.
There goes DK. I don't hate a George Kittle pick at this point in the draft. It's just like, how much more does he really have left at 33 years old off a torn Achilles? Granted, he was having a ridiculous season last year.
Like, I'd just rather go with someone else who doesn't have the Achilles.
You just knew Steven was going to do that.
Factored in.
Wasn't that the most
Dart
obvious
goes
pick?
there, yeah.
He was always going to go to Steven. That was always going to happen. Let's see.
No one wants to draft RJ Harvey.
Nope.
I'm not going to be the one who does.
I also won't be the one to do it. There's zero shots. Finally. There you go. Good pick, Giraffe. This point in the draft, I don't blame you. As you scroll down this board, though, there are some really good players.
Yeah. Should I put this on 30 seconds?
Yes. I would. So,
yeah.
There's some guys here that I really don't hate at all. And I'd be more than willing to take at certain spots. So, part of the reason why this stuff sucks at times, us sharing our fantasy opinions with everyone, is anyone that we're in a league with, not saying they will go out of their way to watch it, but if they do, they know everything we want to do.
Yeah.
Every single thing that we want to do. So, if anyone were to watch our stuff, you got an easy cheat code as to what the hell me and Chris are going to want to do.
Yeah, Giraffe goes with Pollard there. I love that pick. I was considering Pollard over Sutton there. I think, like, honestly, Tony Pollard is the Cortland Sutton of running back. So, like, just a safe floor, like, you know what you're going to get. Not too much upside baked in there, but sometimes that's what you need. Sharbs goes early.
Can someone fucking explain why the hell Bishal Tootin is in the 5th round?
I don't know.
And I'll say his name. Chris Rodriguez is in like the fucking 12th.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is the difference between the two?
People love Toot.
I don't know.
Sharbs goes. Shaq goes Dobbins. RJ Harvey's still just there.
I can't hate the Dobbins pick, because when healthy, he is.
It's just a guy like I just don't.
I can't press the button.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
I don't want to press the button.
RJ Harvey is free falling.
Yeah, I still don't have an RB3 on my team.
Common on guy.
I think I'm gonna wait on it, and I'm gonna go with another receiver. Got Jacoby, you got Godwin. I forgot we moved. I guess I'm going with Jacoby. Wow, I forgot we went to 30 seconds.
Where were you going?
I can't say.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I can't
say. He makes his way back.
Oh, right. That sucks. I forget. Wow, I'm the one who fucking put it on 30 seconds. Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought you realized. And you were just about to go. Okay, so RJ Harvey and Rico Dowdle go next. 2 running backs back to back.
Wow, I hate that I just went Jacoby Myers. That actually fucks up my whole team.
I'm curious as to what your plan was. Wow. I'm very curious. Were you going to take a running back or no?
No.
Okay.
Let me type in the chat and tell everyone what I did.
What, making it 30 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
I want the world to know that I hated that pick of RJ Harvey. Okay, got it. Chris is typing vehemently. Changed to 30 seconds. Now he's talking for the video. It happens to the best of us, bro. Happens
it's
to the
fine.
best of us.
You know,
That's not happening in real drafts, though.
Jacoby Myers isn't the worst.
He's really not. He's a safe pick at this stage.
Yeah. And given my Rashee Rice thing, honestly, I could justify it.
I love that you're talking yourself into it.
Rashee Rice gets hurt, like I have to flex Jacoby Myers. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's okay.
I got 4 receivers, 3 running backs, and I still don't think I'm going to end up drafting a quarterback yet. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, so it goes Wandale, it goes Godwin, it goes Jaden Reed, it goes Michael Pittman. Honestly, I think all of those guys are really good values.
Full transparency,
besides
I was
Godwin.
going to take Wandale or Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
That got sniped from me fully. This is a guy that I actually talked up a ton today on a video that you guys will be that you have already seen, and if you haven't, go check it out. I'm taking Romeo Doubs, without a doubt. I am so high on Romeo Doubs heading into the season. And yes, I have the back-to-back picks here. Let me not forget to take somebody. I don't think he's going to make his way back to me because I think a certain somebody is going to take him. Actually, no, he won't. I'll play the board, and I'm going to take Kenneth Gainwell. I think Kenneth Gainwell is another one of my guys. Yes, I'm loading up on receiver and running back and taking my dart throws here. I love Kenneth Gainwell. I think he has the opportunity to be the lead back or at least be in a timeshare with Bucky Irving and get some valuable touches. So I'm all in. Matthew Golden's another one that I was very much considering there. Can't lie. There's some really good values on the board, though. I will say that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I'm so quiet. People listening, I'm just like watching this, hoping my guy makes it back.
Oh, man, I really need – is it – it's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Monungai goes.
Yep. Knew it. Okay. JCM, good value here, too, I think.
I also feel like now I might have to take running back, though.
What do you have, 2 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. If you were to go running back here, where are you leaning?
Yeah, I should talk about my pick before I make it so I don't run out of time.
Yeah.
At this point in the draft, hopefully he makes it to me in 2 picks. I think I would go Rashad White. Jordan Mason goes, which is good for me. I would go Rashad White. This is PPR scoring. I think he's locked in to be the pass catcher there. He's great in pass pro. He's a guy who, given his inefficiencies as just a straight runner of the football, he's still going to find his way onto the field.
For sure.
They gave him money to be a part of that offense, so I think I'd go Rashad White.
I feel like this year more so than ever, I am going to really be building all of my teams around the guys that I have hyped up.
Honestly, I'm going to hope no one drafts Rashad White. I'm going to go with huge.
I love that.
I'm just too high on him.
No, call your shot.
Hopefully Rashad makes it back to me.
He's not super high on the board.
No, I just looked at the board and I'm like, you'd really have to be scrolling to get to him. So
you'd have to dig down deep to go and
get
some of that.
8 picks?
Yes.
We can make it work. Ricky Pearsall goes right before. How do you feel about Ricky? It's just whatever, right?
It's
guy who
over,
I'm probably not pressing the button on.
It's over, bruh. He's going to be 26 years old. He can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. When he's on the field, he's solid. Don't get me wrong. But, again, an organization shows you what they need. They went after Mike Evans. They went after Christian Kirk. They made some moves at receiver. He's not even going to be the number 1 guy anymore. So
yeah.
And George Kittle, God forbid we hope he returns healthy. That's another guy that you're competing for with targets. So
yeah. Wow, I loved how the end of that 9th round went. Giraffe going with the Mahomes-Kelsey stack like it's 2022.
He also took Tucker Kraft already.
Interesting strategy by him.
That's certainly a pick. Josh Downs, great pick at this point, too, in my personal opinion. That's a guy that I was hoping came back to me. 2 tight ends for kill shots, too.
Yeah.
Laporta and
2 for Pierce, too.
This is so weird. So strange.
It's like we didn't want another 2 tight end with Shaq. We didn't want people to, come in here and mess our thing up, but also, I've been in drafts where people have done stupid shit like that. So.
Yes.
All right. Not going to overthink it. My guy makes it back to me. I'm going Rashad White. I love that.
Solid pick.
Yeah.
It's just the rock solid pick. I'm really really hoping that a couple of my guys circle back to me here. Because I have two that I'm staring dead in the face at, and I'm really hoping they make their way back.
Trev goes there.
That's beautiful for me. I'll be open about who I plan on picking here. There's two guys that I really want because they can't hear a word that I'm saying. A guy that you hyped up this offseason as well. To get Bo Nix in the 10th or 11th round, ridiculous value, especially when I have Jalen Waddle. And we always talk about stacks being so valuable. I am looking to get a stack. KC's a guy that I'm very high on. That was not who I was planning on, though. Another guy that I talked about today, Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely, I really want at this point in the draft, and Bo Nix. I would like to get my tight end and my quarterback done in the 10th and 11th round. That feels like it's like the spot for
It's a
like the
good
quarterback
spot.
and tight end
Yeah.
values.
It's definitely a good spot for quarterbacks. I mean, having Dak, Purdy, Stafford, Nix, Goff all on the board
Crazy.
at the 10th round is awesome value.
Yeah, crazy. Tight ends definitely do fall off a bit. Jake Ferguson is up there. That's not a bad value if you're going to draft a tight end at this point. Dallas Goedert's another one, very familiar with Jalen Hurts and no other targets. Juwan Johnson had a really good season last year, but they added some targets. Kyler Murray's another one that it's staring me in the face, but I'd value the stack right now. Brock Purdy goes. If someone were to take Bo, I would go Kyler, but Isaiah Likely's looking like he's going to be a guarantee for me.
So you'd go Bo and Kyler over Dak.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
It's tough because it's always like the 1 year on, 1 year off for Dak. It's seemingly. And this is one of those years where it's like one of the years that would be off. I don't want to bank on that, but it's here we go. So I'll take my two guys back to back. I will go with Bo Nix and I will go with Isaiah Likely. Two guys that I'm very high on coming into the season as well. Also, just Bo has more of the rushing upside. And if that passing volume is going to increase, like obviously he led the league in attempts last year, I think he'll be more efficient this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he clears 4,000 passing yards. I think he probably clears 30 passing touchdowns. And I know he had the ankle surgery, but if he could just give me 350 rushing yards, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, it's a great fantasy quarterback. So
yeah, no, I'm with you. Tracy goes. I like what Damon did there with Coker and Tracy.
Yep.
Might be a little bit high for them, but that's fine. I like the players. I think Tracy's going to be pretty awesome. Not like awesome, but he's going to give you weeks where you can play.
His wide receiver room is basically all upside and Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Stafford goes, Goff goes, Fergie goes. No way.
John Brooks
That's
sniped.
where I was going, bro.
Sniped.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He would have been perfect on this team. Wow, that really sucks.
That sucked. That does suck.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to wait on running back. I'm going to go with a guy who you spoke about on the wide receiver breakouts. I'm going to take another upshot shot on a receiver in Xavier Worthy.
Love it.
I have both Chiefs receivers, which, like, I'm never going to play them at the same time. They're never going to be in my lineup at the same time, but if Rice goes down, I don't mind putting Worthy in there.
Yeah, I love the Xavier Worthy shot. I was hoping that he came back to me, but obviously that's not going to be the case.
First ever wide receiver handcuff.
I think I know where you're going with your next pick.
Wow. Oh, I'm pissed that he took John Brooks. I would have loved that. My process there too was like I said it at the top. I feel so safe with Cook and Hampton.
Yeah,
I feel like Rashad White's like a very safe, third running back, and Brooks was going to be my upside shot. That really.
Well, you still got a little bit of a shot here at that position.
Yeah, I have a few guys here. Really, one guy. Oh, I really wanted Jonathan Brooks.
I know exactly who your eye is on now. Yeah, it's no secret there. And I'm very high on him as well. So obviously we could talk it through. If C-Rod's there, that's the pick. God bless. If C-Rod's there, God bless.
Yeah.
That's the pick.
Yeah, I would go C-Rod there. Honestly, like, I'd probably even go C-Rod over John Brooks. I just wanted to, like, change it up. I think I drafted C-Rod in the last one, and I talked about him a ton. But, yeah, I mean, I like C-Rod over Woody, over Brian Robinson.
Would you take a shot on a Jonah Coleman?
If C-Rod's not there, yeah. I'd consider him. Honestly, my next guy up would be Woody Marks. So
Okay.
I think the Texans have come out and they're like, I don't know how much stock you put into this, but they've kind of said like it might be a 50-50 split. Like Woody Marks is going to be involved. So I definitely don't think Woody Marks is a nothing in
How
fantasy.
crazy is that value on Khalil Shakir, though, at this point in the draft? I still think he's going to be valuable for that offense.
Yeah, that's good value. I think people are scared of the DJ Moore thing, but Khalil Shakir like has his role.
I think Khalil Shakir is such a good value in the 12th round.
Brian
Who
Robinson
else do we
goes.
have here? There's like very limited players from here that I'm like, what is that star? I don't want that star. This is so Woody Marks.
Woody
Right
Marks
after that,
goes.
got Sniper
Then I'm
before
up.
you, yeah.
Go
And you get your
C-Rod.
guy.
Yep.
You get your guy. So
My running backs are a little weak for sure, but I mean I got guys at receiver.
definitely, yeah, definitely.
Which like again, I feel like that's how you build the team, right? I went 2 running backs early, so like trying to fill out the rest of my roster with a bunch of options at receiver.
You can always make a receiver trade if necessary.
Yeah.
It's just hard because like people don't typically like to trade running backs, which makes it so difficult.
You're right. It's like, obviously again, injuries could happen and you want to, give yourself insurance if an injury happens. If I'm winning a fantasy football championship, my first 2-round picks are going to be healthy for it, obviously. It's pretty damn near impossible if one of your first 2 picks gets hurt. So like I feel good at running back. So like and I have all of these options at receiver. Honestly, I really like, I'm sure you know who I'm going to go with my last pick here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll also say J-Mac there was going to be my pick if he fell to me. J-Mac has a ton of upside potential with the Bucs offense being basically wide open for anyone to take advantage, but Omar Cooper goes right before me. I typically hate doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't usually love taking I'm going to take Jonah Coleman. That's first of all, because I do believe there's an opportunity for him to take over that offense. And the other one, I hate ever drafting 2 quarterbacks or 2 tight ends, but when I'm this high on a guy, and if he does break out, he really could break fantasy this year, I'm going to go with Kyler Murray if he does have the season that I project him to.
Yeah. I like the Jonah Coleman pick 2 at the end of the draft. Like J.K. Dobbins, out of everyone in fantasy football, you just got to expect he's going to miss games more than anyone. So like there's going to be an opportunity for Jonah Coleman to get really valuable work on a great offense.
He's a good pass catcher too. Mm-hmm. That was one of his calling cards in college. So it's like the potential is there for Jonah Coleman to be a guy.
Singleton goes. I like the Singleton pick too at the end of the draft.
Yeah, I love the Singleton pick, and I love the Rashid Shaheed pick and Antonio Williams. A lot of good picks here in this last round, in my personal opinion. So
let's see what Jason does.
What does Jason do at the end? Of course he was gonna. Bro, he does fill out his team with all of his guys. He really does. Oh my God.
I didn't realize he took Jordan Mason. Yeah.
Yep. And Mason is his guy. J-Max his guy. Okay, Sam Darnold, interesting.
That is one of his guys. Kamara goes there. Honestly, I think that's a really cool value on Kamara.
Yes.
I'm obviously going with Chig to be my tight end. I could have went with one of the other guys who are ranked above him, but I think Chig has top 8 upside at the position.
Naturally, next round you would go with Greg Dulcich.
Yeah.
So Jerry Jeudy, there he goes.
Yeah, honestly, I will throw that out there. We're only doing 13 rounds here and not doing the last 2 rounds for kicker defense, but we spoke about it on a prior video. We don't draft kicker defense. We'll figure that out come week 1.
Yes.
In this case where I'm completely punting tight end, I would double up on them in this spot with, the 14th and 15th round. Jeudy goes, Goddard goes. Honestly, I like the value on Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
It's like a nice little
in
shot
a weird
play.
Way.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't feel good pressing the button. It's gross, but like.
It can't feel bad in the 13th round.
No.
Nothing can feel bad in the 13th round. So that's when you usually want to take those guys where it's like, I hate this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dallas Goedert is a great value in the 13th round, too, in my personal opinion. And then Jordan Love. Like I said, like these tight end and quarterback values, like you could call your shot on a guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mr. Irrelevant, Tajay Spears.
I like this draft, honestly. I really love what I did here. We'll just run through our teams real quick and then get out of here. I got Jaden at quarterback, doubled up on running back with Cook and Hampton. Got Rashee Rice, Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, and Cortland Sutton filling out my receivers and flex. Obviously, Chig at tight end, and then my bench consists of Jacoby Myers, Quentin Johnston, Rashad White, Xavier Worthy, and C-Rod.
So we took almost very similar approaches in how we built our teams. My quarterback is Bo Nix. I actually waited on my quarterback. I doubled up on running back in the first 2 rounds, as Chris did with Bijan and Kyron. Felt very safe with them, so then I ended up taking 2 upside plays with Nico Collins and Jalen Waddle at receiver. My 2 flexes are Devontae Adams and Chuba Hubbard as of right now. And then my tight end would be Isaiah Likely, who I'm very high on coming into the season. My bench is Parker Washington, Romeo Doubs, Kenneth Gainwell, Jonah Coleman, and Kyler Murray. Almost entirely encompassed by guys that I have spoken about or you have spoken about so far this offseason.
Yeah.
So
I think that was interesting because, like you said, we really did, and we drafted so far apart, but we really did take damn near identical approaches to the draft.
Yes.
Only real difference is I went with an early quarterback and you didn't, but like looking at this, I feel like that's the play.
100%.
2 early running backs feels good.
It is.
It's only our second mock, but looking at your team and looking at my team, like 2 early running backs feels good.
It feels
bro.
very good. It does. Like if I went into the season with this team, I'd feel extremely confident.
No, I feel the same way. Like looking at my team, like I'd feel like a championship is coming. Honestly, like looking at the board here, I think we might have built the best 2 teams in the mock.
Completely agree. Maybe that's bias. I completely agree.
I mean,
like I feel good about the top 2 or 3 guys on my bench being one of my flexes.
Yeah. I like what the kid who drafted right before me did. MX. With Amon-Ra Chase, Jacobs, Ibuka.
So Jacobs is, if he's healthy, it's a great value.
Yeah. I feel like at that point, too, you're not going to get a better running back value, though.
No
Like, there's a drop-off in tier after him.
Yeah,
with guys like Bucky.
I like Javonte.
Yeah.
I like a Javonte Williams. And then he goes and gets a Mecca and Terry. That's pretty great.
And the value on Watson and Harvey, too. Like, Harvey's a gross click, but he stayed on the board forever. Watson stayed on the board a little long. Even a guy like Ricky Pearsall, like, I don't love the pick, but there's
love the rest of his draft too much. I mean, Jaden Higgins is a good upside play.
I like John Brooks, too.
Yeah.
I really like what he did there. Shout out to you, MXTZ1107. All right. That's the mock draft. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out to all the boys for pulling up and drafting with us. We really appreciate you guys. It makes this, better for us getting real experience with real humans rather than just the bots every time we do it. If you want to draft with us, there's going to be a ton of mock drafts coming up. Starting next week, we are drafting from every position, starting at 1, going all the way to 12. So there's going to be 12 opportunities for you guys to draft with us. Join our Discord, linked in the bio. We'll be posting the mock draft links in there whenever we do them. Feel free to hop in. The Discord's also awesome. We're talking all things fantasy football, trades. People are sending their teams as they draft them, and then just a bunch of other cool stuff in the Discord. So join that. Leave a like, subscribe to the new channel if you haven't already. Follow all our other socials too, linked in the description. And with that,
ball game.